Hi. So, I'm Greg Buckland of SeerNova Comics. I am the writer, creator of the SN17 universe. We have so many different comics within that. One of them is the Seer Chronicles. That was our flagship title up until the other day, yesterday, which was the 21st February. That was the story that I first wrote when I was getting into comics. Like, I first wrote a story and it was over 1,200 pages, which was the Seer Chronicles. And I was so close to the story that I didn't see like the flaws behind the story, which that does happen for everybody. Even though I had an editor, Dylan, and we did put out 2 issues of it successfully, but just because it was successful on Kickstarter, like, we went to some conventions and it was just like that is the one title that like nobody was like pulled to. And like, I get like we've only been to a few, but like that's not just like the only factor of why I'm making this video. So the reason I'm making the video is because, one, we did cancel the campaign for the Seer Chronicles 1 to 3 yesterday, and we just launched it on Wednesday. It wasn't performing like any of our other campaigns have, and we don't make like a ton of money, but we make enough that like in the beginning of when we launch a campaign that like there's progress, like it actually shows something. And this one didn't, even though the art was amazing. Not saying the art wasn't amazing in the other ones, though. The reasons why I'm making this video also is to talk about what didn't work in Seer Chronicles. So yeah, we canceled the Kickstarter, and even though I sent out a backer update, I don't know if any of the 14 backers saw that. We are very thankful for everyone that supported that series from when we first launched it to this point. The 3rd issue is, like I mentioned it on another show, well, another podcast or whatever. It's actually like where I would have started the series from the beginning if I, had that part of the story like edited to that point. So with that in mind, a bunch of other reasons, which I'm going to be getting into, we canceled the Kickstarter and we are rebranding just the series as a whole. So issue 1 and 2 aren't disappearing. They're being repackaged as, they're still going to be the Seer Chronicles, but it's going to be something else. So there's nothing else that's like part of that. It's just like it'll be like a different thing out in the ethos within our thing, our whole publishing company. Like it's there, and but it's not like you don't need to read those 2 at all. That was like both of them. You don't need to read one to read the other. But like that's now its own thing. The 3rd issue is going to be retitled. We're retooling. There's nothing wrong with the 3rd issue. One of the reasons why I had been thinking for a while that just it wasn't working as a series, which several things I wrote, it just wasn't doing great. Was so the cover. This is of issue 1 now. It's a remaster of the issue, so like 3 times, but well, it wasn't really a remaster the first time. So there was a person that worked on it first, and he did like skateboard art. He one's like, this is not correct. It was more of a storyboard. The artist was trying to draw something because like my script was more of a storyboard. He's like, I was having this janitor do like 5 things at once, and I was like, yeah, we gotta fix that. So then we had a different artist do the original Seer Chronicles 1, and not the best because there's other stuff into it that didn't. Some of the art just didn't match up. I was new to the whole thing, so I wasn't really like. I was just like, I wanted the comic, and I didn't. People should say no to an artist if they like try to do something, and you're like, that's not the story. So some things, poster, and like I'm about the indie. If it's some music I'm promoting in a comic, it's going to be something indie. It's not going to be Ed Sheeran. So he put that as like a poster on a wall, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Can you please remove that? we had the issue 1 remastered because the story needed to be longer. And so we made it longer. The artist that we had for that was Luke Anderson. Just the art was kind of inconsistent at times, and it is just inconsistent because the remaster 1 doesn't match 2 because it's 2 different artists, 2 different art styles. It's all a jumbled mess. Not putting anything down on either artist because I can't draw a cube, but it was just so inconsistent. And then like there's so many different stories going on. Like 2 is more on the mafia side, so you don't really see John or Unkers, the Matthew Harding character, who is the villain. So we are just putting them to the side. And now it'll be Fireproof. So you can look forward to Fireproof coming out next year. I do not have it. There's this is the cover of it's still going to be the cover because it does still make sense, like all those in there, and it's just not going to say the Seer Chronicles. It's going to say like a new title, and we're like the first plot arc I wrote is actually going to be a 3-issue plot arc because action for the original was 1 to 6, but then I edited it down at the end of last year because that's when I started feeling like kind of weird about the series. Then I edited it down to 5 issues, and now 1 and 2 are gone. They're over to the side. It's going to be 3 issues, 3, 4, 5, which will now be 1, 2, 3, Fireproof. And even though there's probably some stuff that I have to fix in 4 and 5, it is more centered around like John and the team that he's working with to take down the crime and all that. So you gotta have like side characters and stuff if you can, if you have them. So we got like Night Watch in there and stuff. But yeah, so while we are working on Fireproof, we're going to be coming out with Night Watch in April, which is a new series, and it does take place before the story Fireproof. So that's kind of cool. That artist is Fish Lee, and it's edited by Hector, who is the artist on the first Fireproof. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You can follow us at SeerNova Comics on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, even though we're rarely on there, Facebook, Blue Sky. We're like TikTok. We're like everywhere. I'm going to be posting like more updates and stuff about the series because I think another thing is like I just didn't post enough about it, which I feel like I did, but people. So someone drew this. I'm gonna butcher his name. Chin. He drew this like a year ago, and our colorist finally got and sent it today. So this is definitely gonna be like a reward of some kind. I'm gonna have it on a bunch of things going forward because this is Fireproof. So yeah, I love it. So yeah, that's the whole reason behind canceling the Kickstarter and changing the series. So thanks for tuning in, and yeah, peace.